The darkness of space was endless. Stars shone like tiny diamonds, but the emptiness between them was deeper than anyone could imagine. Far beyond the edges of known civilizations, a faint signal flickered. It was weak, almost lost in the hum of the universe. But the alien watch stations caught it. "Commander, we have a signal," said the young alien officer, her voice trembling. "It is not like anything we have ever seen." The commander leaned forward. His eyes, large and gray, narrowed. "Show me," he said. On the screen, a small dot pulsed in the distance. At first, it seemed ordinary, a routine energy flare. But as the data unfolded, it revealed something impossible. Massive objects, moving silently, built long before the stars in this galaxy were even explored. They have ships," whispered the officer. "Ships built before our ancestors could even imagine space travel." The commander's hands tightened around the edge of the console. "Human ships?" he asked, though his voice carried disbelief. "Yes," she replied. "We thought humanity was weak, primitive. But this is different." For centuries, aliens had watched humans grow. They had seen their planets, their small fleets, and their seemingly fragile technology. Humanity was known for surviving small wars and simple conflicts, but interstellar dominance? Impossible, until now. The first human warship appeared near a distant asteroid belt. It was enormous, bigger than any alien vessel in the fleet. Its dark metal hull reflected starlight like a silent predator waiting in the shadows. From a distance, it seemed still. But sensors showed immense power inside, engines capable of faster-than-light travel, weapons older and stronger than anything in the galaxy. The aliens studied it in awe and fear. "How did they hide these for so long?" asked the officer. "They must have planned this for centuries," said the commander. "They are patient and smart." Meanwhile, on Earth, humanity was calm. In a hidden command center under the ice of Antarctica, Admiral Hayes watched the fleet through holographic screens. There were no alarms, no rushing officers. Only quiet determination. "Our time has come," he said, voice low. "Let them see us." A fleet of ships began to emerge from hidden systems. Each was sleek but strong, built for speed and battle. Ancient designs had been restored with modern technology. These were not just ships, they were a warning. Back in the alien council chambers, news of the human fleet spread like wildfire. Leaders argued and shouted, unable to hide their panic. "They are stronger than we imagined," one elder cried. "We underestimated them." "They were hiding," another said. All this time, they waited in silence. The commander watched silently. He felt a cold fear crawling through him. Humanity had never fought in space wars that mattered, yet here they were, standing before the galaxy as something new, something terrifying. Sensors detected human communications. Simple messages, almost like they were speaking to no one. "We are ready. We were here first." The words were short, but they carried power. They were not just words, they were a message to every civilization that had ever doubted humanity. The alien fleets began to move, sending scouts and small attack ships to observe. But every scout vanished. It was as if the human ships could appear and disappear at will. They moved in silence, in perfect formation, showing no fear, no hesitation. "The humans, they are not playing games," said the young officer. Her voice was tight with worry. "No," replied the commander. "They are a storm we cannot stop yet. And we do not even understand their strength." As the alien fleet scrambled, the humans continued their silent march through the void. Every system they passed would later tell stories of ships that were faster than light, older than legends, and powerful beyond imagination. Every world they touched would remember the day humanity revealed itself. And then, in the darkest reaches of the galaxy, the first full human warship left the shadows. Its engines flared like a heartbeat, a slow, deliberate pulse of light, and suddenly it filled the view of every alien scout. The message was clear. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was not small. Humanity was not simple. They had built warships long before the stars knew their names. The galaxy trembled in silence. Far from the noise and panic, Admiral Hayes looked at the stars. He knew this was only the beginning. He knew the humans were about to change everything. And he smiled, quietly, as the first warship moved forward, cutting through space like a knife through darkness. The game had begun. And humanity would not lose. The alien capitals were in chaos. News of the human fleet had spread faster than any message could travel. Leaders shouted, advisors argued, and fleets scrambled to respond. Every civilization wondered, who were these humans, and what had they been hiding for so long? Meanwhile, deep in orbit around a small, unremarkable planet, the first alien ambassadors arrived. They expected fear, confusion, or panic. What they found instead was calm. Too calm. On the bridge of the human command ship, Admiral Hayes watched the approaching vessels. His crew moved quietly, with the efficiency of a well-oiled machine. There was no hesitation, no panic, only readiness. A young officer turned to Hayes. "Sir, they're hailing us." Hayes nodded. "Put them through." The alien ambassador's face appeared on the holographic screen. He looked proud and confident, his voice carrying the arrogance of a civilization that believed itself superior. "Humans," he said, "we come in peace. Your sudden appearance has startled the galaxy. Explain yourselves." Hayes leaned forward, his eyes calm, almost unreadable. "We have been here longer than you think. We built our ships long before your people dreamed of space travel. We are not here to fight. Yet we are ready if you insist." The ambassador paused. His jaw tightened. We were told humans were weak. Primitive. You are different. Expect nothing less, Hayes replied simply. The alien fleet began to circle. They were confident in their numbers. Hundreds of ships, far more than the humans could show openly. They were used to being stronger, smarter, and faster than any civilization they had met. But humans did not act like they were afraid. Sensors revealed the impossible. Human ships were moving in perfect formation, faster than expected, appearing where they should not. Small scout ships that tried to gather intelligence vanished without a trace. Every move the aliens made was anticipated. The ambassador's voice wavered. Your technology, it is beyond our understanding. How is this possible? Hayes smiled faintly. Patience, planning, and history. We are older than you realize. The aliens tried to maintain composure, but inside, fear was growing. They had underestimated humans for centuries. They had believed the stories of weak, scattered colonies. They had never imagined that humans were hiding fleets capable of outmatching entire coalitions. The first real demonstration came suddenly. Without warning, a human warship jumped into a system near the alien capital. It appeared in the blink of an eye, engines blazing, massive and terrifying. In seconds, the aliens realized they had no immediate counter. Their fastest interceptors could not reach it before it disappeared again, leaving behind only echoes of energy in the void. What is this?" whispered an officer on the alien bridge. Hayes's voice was calm over the comm. "We have always been here. You just did not see us." Panic spread among the alien ranks. Some wanted to fight immediately, but hesitation is deadly when facing humans. Others tried to contact allies, but by now, news of the human fleet had caused confusion across the galaxy. No one knew where the humans would strike next, or if they intended to strike at all. The human fleet moved like a shadow, deliberate and silent. The aliens could only watch as ships emerged in systems that had been considered safe, then disappeared before they could respond. Every appearance sent a clear message: humans were not bound by conventional limits. They were fast, intelligent, and perfectly coordinated. The ambassador finally admitted, voice trembling, "You are not what we expected. We underestimated you. Terribly." Hayes did not reply immediately. He allowed the weight of silence to fill the space. Then he said, simply, "We warned you, but warnings are often ignored. Remember this moment." The alien commander tried to regain control. "Prepare weapons. Do not let them." Before the words were finished, the first human fleet vanished again, reappearing near the heart of the alien coalition. It was a masterful demonstration, showing not just technology, but strategy. Humans were not merely strong, they were clever, patient, and fearless. In the alien capitals, debates turned into panic. Some argued for immediate negotiation. Others wanted war. But the truth was undeniable: humans were a force unlike any other. They had been hiding in plain sight, quietly preparing, and now, they had revealed themselves in a way that no one could ignore. Hayes watched the alien fleets move, anticipating their hesitation. "They are learning," he said. "Let them learn fast. We do not fight without reason, but we are ready if they try anything." And then the message came, simple and direct, carried across the galaxy by a signal all civilizations could hear. "We were here before you. We will remain after you. Prepare wisely." For the aliens, that was enough to shake the foundation of their confidence. For humanity, it was the beginning of a new era, a time when the galaxy would finally see them not as weak, but as unstoppable. The first contact was over, but the real story was just beginning. Every fleet, every leader, every civilization now knew the same terrifying truth: humans had arrived. And they had come not to ask for permission. They had come to claim their place among the stars. The galaxy held its breath. Everywhere, civilizations whispered about the humans. Fleets had seen their speed, their tactics, their hidden ships. But no one had yet seen the true strength of humanity: the weapons, the machines, the legacy buried for centuries. On Earth, deep within the hidden command centers, Admiral Hayes watched the galaxy through the screens. The human fleet was ready. Silent hangars opened across hidden worlds, revealing ships that had been lost to history. Ships built long before any alien civilization could imagine space travel. "Admiral," said the communications officer, her voice shaking slightly with excitement, "the aliens are scanning the fleet. They do not know what to make of it." Hayes nodded. "Good. Let them look. Let them see what they cannot understand." One by one, the human warships opened their hangar bays. Ancient weapons, preserved and upgraded over centuries, gleamed under the lights. Gigantic cannons, energy projectors, and defensive shields that seemed almost magical in their design were revealed. Ships built with knowledge humans had hidden for millennia now floated in space, ready for any threat. Across the galaxy, alien scientists stared in shock. "Impossible," whispered one. "These ships, they predate everything we know. Their technology, it shouldn't exist." The ambassador from the previous encounter could only stare at the data. Every calculation, every measurement, confirmed the truth: humans were far older and more advanced than anyone had guessed. "They were lying to us," he said quietly. "All this time, they were preparing." The humans did not speak much. They did not need to. Their ships, their technology, their silent presence, spoke louder than words ever could. The aliens realized that humanity's power was not just in numbers, it was in strategy, in patience, and in history. The first display of human power came when a small alien fleet attempted a demonstration of force. Confident, arrogant, they fired warning shots toward a human outpost. In response, the humans revealed a small part of their fleet, and in a blink, the alien ships were surrounded. Not destroyed, yet, but trapped, unable to escape, their shields useless against the energy fields humans activated. The alien fleets panicked. How can they do this? Their numbers are smaller, yet their technology is unmatched. Admiral Hayes watched silently. "They think they can intimidate us," he said. "Let them learn their mistake." The humans activated a series of ancient warships, sending pulses through space that made older alien technology falter. Sensors went offline. Communication arrays failed. Energy shields flickered and died. In every system humans touched, the same lesson was clear. Underestimate humanity at your own risk. The ambassadors tried to negotiate, to ask for mercy or alliance. But humanity had already made a simple statement, repeated in every message sent to the galaxy. We were here before you. We built before you dreamed. We will remain long after you. The aliens felt a fear they had never known. It was not the fear of death, it was the fear of being irrelevant. They realized that humans were not just strong. Humans were the history of the galaxy in motion, a force that had quietly grown while they argued, planned, and built nothing. And then came the demonstration that truly shocked the galaxy. A massive human warship, larger than any alien flagship, rose from a hidden orbit. It activated engines that bent light, appearing almost instantly in the center of an alien council system. Its energy weapons lit the void, not in attack, but in display, a warning to every civilization watching. The aliens could not believe their eyes. How can a single ship? One muttered, but no answer came. The message was clear: humans were not here to negotiate or beg for recognition. They were here to be seen, to be understood, to remind the galaxy that the timeline of civilization had always included them. On Earth, Hayes turned from the screens. His crew waited, tense but calm. "It is done," he said. "The galaxy knows who we are. Now, we wait. They will test us. They will come. And we will be ready." Far from Earth, alien fleets attempted to regroup. They sent scouts, spies, and diplomats, but every move was anticipated. Humans seemed to know where every ship was, every plan, every thought. It was as if they had been preparing not just for battle, but for centuries of observation, learning, and patience. The galaxy now understood the truth: humanity was older, stronger, and more cunning than anyone could imagine. Civilizations that had once laughed at human weakness now trembled at the revelation. In quiet command rooms, across planets and moons, leaders whispered, "The humans, they are not like us. They are something else. We cannot ignore them. We cannot fight them. Not yet." And in the silence of space, the human fleet waited. Silent, calm, ancient, ready. The first part of the human revelation was complete. The galaxy had seen the truth. But this was only the beginning. The legacy of humanity, hidden for centuries, was now awake, and nothing would ever be the same again. The galaxy was on edge. Every civilization that had once ignored humans now prepared for war. Fleets gathered, weapons charged, and alliances formed. They were confident. Too confident. They believed numbers alone could overwhelm humanity. But humanity did not panic. They did not rush. They waited. Hidden across distant star systems, human fleets moved with silent precision, ready to strike only where it mattered. Admiral Hayes watched the maps of approaching alien fleets, calm as ever. "They are coming," said the young officer at his side. "Hundreds of ships, more than we expected." Hayes nodded. "Let them come. They will learn what it means to face humans." The first attack came in the outer systems. Alien fleets entered, thinking they could cut off human outposts easily. But the humans had already prepared. Ancient sensor grids lit up, tracking every movement. Human ships appeared faster than the aliens could react. Every maneuver, every strike, was calculated, almost instinctive. The aliens fired first. Energy beams and missiles lit the void. But humans were faster, dodging and countering with weapons that seemed impossibly advanced. Shields shimmered, absorbing attacks that would have destroyed ordinary ships. Then, suddenly, alien ships found themselves surrounded. Human warships emerged from hidden points in space, flanking them from every side. The alien commander shouted orders, but it was too late. "Pull back. Retreat." His voice trembled. They knew. The battle was brief, but decisive. Human ships did not destroy everything, they only showed their power. But the aliens saw enough. Entire fleets were crippled, not by brute force alone, but by intelligence, patience, and strategy. Meanwhile, Admiral Hayes activated another part of the fleet, the hidden warships that had never been seen before. Engines flared, sending light-bending pulses across space. The aliens scrambled, trying to respond, but every move was anticipated. Ships that thought they could escape found themselves trapped. Weapons jammed, engines overloaded, and alien crews panicked. A massive alien flagship tried to confront a human cruiser directly. Confidence turned to terror when the human ship unleashed an energy pulse that disabled the flagship systems instantly. It floated helpless, a giant among smaller ships, now nothing but a target. The humans did not destroy it completely, they left it drifting as a warning. This cannot be happening," muttered an alien officer. "Their ships, their tactics, everything is beyond our understanding." Hayes watched quietly. They thought strength alone would work. They underestimated us. That is their mistake. The human fleet moved again, striking where needed, but always controlled, always precise. Smaller alien fleets tried to fight back, but the humans anticipated each step. Every attack failed, every strategy countered. Slowly, the aliens realized that this was not just a battle. They were witnessing a new kind of warfare, centuries in the making. Then, a final display of human power came. From a hidden system, the largest human warship activated engines that made it vanish from one location and appear in another near the heart of the alien coalition. Its weapons fired not at once, but in a controlled, deliberate strike that destroyed the flagship's command systems. Alien leaders were forced to retreat, leaving behind chaos and panic. The galaxy now understood a terrifying truth: humanity was not just strong, they were ancient, cunning, and unstoppable. They did not rush blindly into war. They prepared, they waited, and when the time came, they struck with perfect precision. Across alien capitals, leaders debated. Some wanted to surrender, others wanted revenge. But the truth was clear: humans had changed the rules of warfare forever. Civilizations that once mocked humanity now feared them, and the galaxy trembled. Back on Earth, Admiral Hayes turned from the battle screens. His crew waited quietly. "They will learn," he said. "This is only the beginning. Every civilization now knows the cost of underestimating humans. But we are not done. Not yet." The first major stand was over. Humanity had shown the galaxy its strength, but they had also sent a message. This was not about conquest, it was about survival, respect, and warning. Civilizations that had ignored humanity for centuries now understood one simple truth: the humans would not be defeated easily. As the alien fleets retreated, shaking and confused, human ships disappeared back into the hidden reaches of space. Silent, calm, ancient, waiting for the next moment, when the galaxy would see that humans were not only survivors, they were masters of their destiny. The stand had ended. But the legacy of humanity was only beginning. The galaxy would never forget this day. The galaxy was quiet, but not peaceful. Civilizations that had once ignored humanity now trembled at their name. Fleets repaired, leaders argued, and alliances formed in fear. Every system whispered the same truth: humans were not to be underestimated. On Earth, Admiral Hayes stood in the command center, watching the stars. The battles were over, for now. The humans had revealed themselves, shown their strength, and reminded the galaxy of an ancient truth: humanity had always been here, quietly growing, preparing, waiting for the right moment. "Sir," said a young officer, "what now? Will they come back?" Hayes shook his head slowly. "Some will. Others will never forget us. That is enough for now." The human fleet moved silently through hidden routes, avoiding unnecessary conflict. Ships glided past distant stars, engines quiet, shields ready. Every world that had seen humanity's power now knew one thing: these beings were not just strong, they were eternal in ambition, patient in strategy, and unstoppable in spirit. Across the galaxy, alien leaders debated their next move. Some wanted revenge, others wanted peace. But all were united in fear. The humans had shown them something more terrifying than war. They had shown them history itself, ancient knowledge, and power that civilizations could not comprehend. A council gathered in one of the galaxy's largest capitals. Elder leaders whispered among themselves. They built ships before the stars had names. They fought wars we cannot even imagine. And now, they are here. The realization spread like wildfire. Humanity was not just a species. They were a force of nature, one that could not be ignored, one that could not be defeated easily. The galaxy understood that this was not a warning, it was a promise. Back on the human command ship, Hayes activated a long-range communicator. The message was simple, direct, and clear. It traveled to every corner of the galaxy, leaving no doubt. We are here. We were here before you. And we will remain long after. Respect the legacy of humanity, or learn the cost. Alien fleets paused. Systems went silent. Even the most aggressive leaders knew this was not a threat, they were being told the truth. Humans did not seek war, but they were ready for it, and the galaxy had no choice but to respect them. In hidden hangars, ancient warships rested quietly, engines cooled, weapons locked. Humans had revealed only a part of their power. The galaxy had seen their strength, their tactics, and their legacy. But there was more, always more, waiting beneath the surface. Every alien observer knew one undeniable fact: the humans had changed the rules. The galaxy would never be the same. Civilizations that had once considered themselves dominant now understood their place. Humans were no longer the underestimated species, they were the standard. In distant systems, children watched the stars and wondered. The stories of humans would spread like legends, tales of ships built before the stars, of fleets that moved silently, of tactics centuries in the making. They would speak of patience, strength, and cunning. They would speak of a species that refused to be small. And on Earth, Admiral Hayes turned from the stars, a faint smile on his face. "It is done," he said quietly. "The galaxy remembers us now. Not as weaklings, not as primitive, but as humans." The fleets disappeared into the hidden reaches of space, silent and calm. Humanity had shown its hand and waited. The galaxy had learned a lesson it would never forget. Do not underestimate humanity, for it has been building its legacy since the dawn of the stars. Far across the universe, civilizations rebuilt their fleets, strategized their defenses, and debated their futures. But one thought lingered in every mind, a thought that would never fade: humans were different. Ancient, powerful, unstoppable. And somewhere, in the quiet of the cosmos, humanity moved forward, ready for the next challenge, ready to defend its place among the stars, ready to ensure that the legacy of the first humans, those who built warships before the stars, would never be forgotten. The galaxy had seen the revelation. The humans had made their stand. And now, their legacy would echo through every corner of space, forever.